I'm Josephine, this is my channel, The Versatile Housewife, and today is gonna be a little crazy. So this is so far the progress that I have on the triple bunk. I feel like at least half, more than half, is stained at this point. It's all the small boards now that need to get stained. This is such slow progress. It's a little bit frustrating, but the fun thing is all these bins here, a lot of them have fabric in them, and that will be picking out fabric to be the backing of 2 blankets. That's what we're doing today, and possibly picking out fabric to be a baby quilt. This is my crazy quilt. Get it in the light. It is getting to the point where I would like to go ahead and have the backing already in the house versus out here. Picking something for this is going to be fun. I have so many colors that I can choose from. I could do a yellow backing, I could do a blue backing, I could do a red, pink, orange, or green backing. I could do a light colored one like white or anything minty. So much can work with this. I am leaning towards seeing if there's anything that's red or pink, something on that kind of scale, because I think that that's just what I want. That's what I feel. This one, same thing. I'm leaning towards something that is purple, something that will match with these more purpley colors, or anywhere between like a dark red, wine color. That's what I'm thinking for this. And lastly, outside of possibly finding a baby quilt, I am going ahead and planning this. I do have that navy, or that navy blue with white polka dot fabric. But there are 2 patterns here. Well, actually there's more than 2, but one of them is very similar. So I have done A and I have done B, and I have fabric that I think I want to use for A, but I'm not sure about another B one. So if I can find more fabric for that, as well as the fact that it does have the contrast there, the back side for the lapel, the collar, and so I need white fabric, which I don't have white fabric in the house, but I'm pretty sure I have either white or cream here. Let's poke around. Fun fact, I have actually done the lining of crochet blankets, and I highly recommend, if you're someone who doesn't like to feel airflow through the holes, if you like the weight and drapiness, if you like quilting and crocheting, I really think when you have the heavy weighted yarn, or you're doing like, if you're doing double the yarn so that it's nice and heavy and you want that extra warmth, putting a fabric backing on it is just chef's kiss. It's delicious, it's so comfortable, and you can, pick much softer fabrics. It doesn't have to be just like a quilting fabric. That's a lot of what I have, quilting cottons. To have it on the back of a crochet afghan that's nice and weighty, I love it, love it. So if I can find it, I'll throw the picture there. Now this is not fabric, this is cool stuff. Oh, this is sketchy. Linens. That's a big crochet blanket. Lights. Oh my goodness. Dresses. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think I need to bring that inside. Sidetracked. This dress I did, and I did not use the right interfacing for it. I was needing to use really stiff interfacing. This dress, I want to alter for my sister's wedding. So there's a couple things I have to fit, as well as the fact that I've lost like over 10 pounds from when I made it. And I made this to accommodate my breastfeeding body. And I'm no longer breastfeeding, so let's just say the size is different. But we can bring this inside, fix that up. Fun find. First thing of fabric. Sweet. A whole tub of it. There's more. All right. Okay. All right. This, love it. Don't have enough of it. I'm looking off to the side. I don't have enough of this. I would otherwise use this for the crochet one. Let's just double check. Yeah, I don't have enough. This is tempting. This is very tempting. I was thinking of making a very large tablecloth out of this, but this is very tempting. Actually, this might also be tempting to use for an apron. I'm going to bring this in the house. This is also fun. Oh, I want to use this so bad, but for what? Because I wouldn't want this as a backing. I want to actually see it. Okay, here's white. I think this white, it's got a little bit of stars, but I think that's perfectly fine to use on the back side of aprons. Got the white. Ooh, ooh, ooh. See, I would like something like this, but more where the flowers are blue and the background is that kind of red-violet color. Maybe there's more in here like that. No, it's all light down there. Material. I think it can at least move inside. I have space. I have got bins inside that have space. So that can go inside. Otherwise, we'll close this up. Here's another one. Let's see what's in here. A lot of purple, not the right kind of purple. Actually, I have a lot of plans for this purple, as well as the fact that it goes with the dress I pulled up. Okay, now this is really cute. I'm not feeling it though, because if I'm putting this on the dirt, that's why I don't really want to go light colored. Okay. Is there enough of this? Again, the thing is, a lot of these are great, but the problem is they're not the right type of fabric. Also, now I'm not even sure. I might want to do the aprons out of these. So this fabric I'll put inside. I do have space for it inside. Let's go inside. All right, so this fit me really well about 15 pounds ago. And especially up here. I don't know if you can tell, but right where my hips are, it's okay, but it's up here that is just, there is so much not there. And when I did this, it was almost spilling out of the top. So the thing is I'm no longer breastfeeding, which also makes the alteration frustrating because the way that I need to alter it involves a lot more respect to the curvature of the female figure. Versus just being able to pull it in at the side. Because if I just pull it in here, to some extent, I guess that could work a bit, but it's not going to be the same as pulling it in under here. That'll be a challenge. I don't know if I'll actually get it done in time for my sister's wedding. I'm going to try. There's a side view. Looks very deflated, but it's very comfortable. Let's go ahead, put this in the washing machine and just see how it turns out. Regardless of how it turns out, I'm still going to use it. I just need to figure out what I'm going to do for batting. But then after that, yeah, I'm just going to solidify which fabric I'm going to use for the aprons. Unfortunately, in this video, not enough time to pick out the backing for the crochet afghan, because that, if I found that, I could start putting the backing on it. But that can be the next video that we do. As for the aprons, it will take me a while to sew them, but at least we know what kind of fabric is going to be a part of that. So my fabric collection, I love it. I look forward to going through it. I look forward to using it all up. Very excited to show it off. My grandmother has purchased a lot of fabric over the years, and she's just been letting me take a bunch of it, saying, you know, I used to sew all this stuff for you girls, you know, her granddaughters, and it's just not happening anymore. But I have been enjoying it. Like that purple dress, fabric from her. And hopefully I can get that done in time, because I really felt very pleased with it. And then maybe I'll put something on the outside of it, but we'll see. That would be another video if I can get that done in time. I look forward to showing off what I did. Here's the backing that I'm going to use for this. Instead of going with purple, I did have this material, and I think that this is going to work great just because I do have like these squares. It goes well with that, and I think it is an attractive color. So we can go ahead and just flip this here, and let's just pretend, you know? Let's just try it out. Let's play pretend. I think that this looks really nice together. So now I know what I'm going to use for backing for this. A little bit of progress over none at all, doing a little bit of something frequently. I'm happy with this. So I'm just going to move this to the side. I don't care that it's not folded nicely. Just trying to get my ducks in a row. Pull this quilt down. Now, I was looking at a different fabric for the back. I'm going to go with the fleece. This is what I'm going to use for the backing. And I think that's going to be a good one to go with. Because the thing is, you're not going to just immediately see it. It's busy, but at least it's cohesive on its side. And it works well with all these pinks here. Pink, the little pink flower there works with that. You know, pinks here. And the thing is, it's on the underside of the quilt, so you're not going to see it. It's going to have batting in between them. And I'm pleased with that, because now I have a game plan. And I can iron this out, see how it's going to go. I'm not going to use the purple for this. I don't know what I'm going to end up using the purple for, but I just cleaned it for... Don't need that anymore. Here's some other fabrics that I want to game plan with. I really like this. They do have this as a theme here for B, and I kind of like the idea of that for this one right here, this Hawaiian themed one. And then I've been wanting to use the chicken one. The thing I'm just not sure about, so I have to make sure I have enough of this red, is am I just going to do the skirts red? We'll see. It's going to work out. Do I do the top red and then make the skirt this color? Not sure. I don't know. We're going to figure it out though. But I have plenty of this. It's a big mess. One of my kids got into it, ripped it up. That's fine. But also these. Oh, I love these. I want to make something out of it. Just not sure what. Bringing them inside though. Something I've been struggling with recently is feeling as though what I'm doing isn't actionable. I'm still trying to get the bunk bed done, and it's such slow progress that it hurts. As in, like, I'll get a headache because I'm thinking about it too much. So yeah, it does kind of physically show up. The other thing is, like, trying to remind myself that setup is a step. Setting up the materials, making sure they are on hand, that is a step. So bringing in the backings for these quilts, like, that is a step. I am doing something by doing that. Yeah, I haven't started stitching things together, cutting, whatever, but that is still a step. Getting things ready to, like, alter that purple dress, if I'm gonna do that. Like, well, having it instead of in a tub tucked away in the garage, actually having it in the house is still a step, because now I can work on it in the evenings when my kids are asleep. It's just, it doesn't feel like much though. Sometimes it feels very crushing, but I have to keep reminding myself, well, where was I last week? And last week I had less of my crazy quilt done. Last week I didn't have the backings brought in. I didn't know where some of the fabric was because it's all been mixed up since the crawl space. I had the tubs inside the house, which weren't the ones with the fabric that I needed. So I've poked around in there. I've gotten more boards stained for the bunk bed. Less was done last week, and same thing, like, used to be all of those boards weren't cut, used to be all those boards weren't sanded. It's just slow progress, but slow progress is still progress. Slow progress is still doing something, and the thing is, I have a large variety. The other thing too that I can't discount is we found a mold issue and we got it taken care of. The crawl space needs to be encapsulated again. And the idea that I'm not going to be able to do as much of my crafting while that's happening is kind of bumming me out. I've been really enjoying sharing my fun, colorful quilts with you guys, and it kind of is a little bit heartbreaking, like, oh no, there's going to be a bit of a stall, a bit of a slowdown with getting into that. But I'm still doing something. I'm still maintaining my house. I'm still working on it. Like, I have to replace the filter for the fridge water, the ice in the freezer, the ice maker's broken. So addressing all those things, although it's not fun, it has to be done. And I am blessed that I can be a stay-at-home mother. I mean, I've been in the situation before where I was a stay-at-home mom because of finances, but now I'm more blessed to do it. And although the mold is kind of eating up finances, for the most part, I don't have to worry about buying the replacement, like, fridge filter. And then if I need materials for doing these things, like, I can easily get that. And I have the time to maintain the home with a lot less worry. But it's not fun, you know, it's not as fun. It's not what I want to do. I would rather be just doing all of my crafting stuff, going out, doing all these fun things with my kids in the day, as opposed to trying to be creative. And then when dad isn't working that day, we're just taking turns working on the crawl space. And it's not fun, but it's not going to be like this forever. We are going to encapsulate the crawl space. I am going to have time to finish these things. In fact, I was able to add 3 additional sections to the crazy quilt top last night. There's stuff that I can do. There's stuff that I am doing, but it's just a little bit. But the way that I used to be in the past is I would do I would get a bug. The motivation bug would bite me. I would get something done. I'd have an idea. I would get something done for a period of steps. I would get portions of something done pretty quickly, and then I would lose steam and it would just remain unfinished. In fact, here's something to show you. I finished this. And I didn't block it or anything, but I did go ahead and I finished off the side. So, I finished this. 1.5 years, this has been unfinished. Almost finished. 2 rows left. Just a granny square little baby blanket. Almost finished. 1.5 years. I finally finished it. I didn't used to do that. This would be sitting for years. So now I have this done. That's just one more thing that I found by going through the things that we brought in from the crawl space. And I got it finished. I didn't used to do that. So I'm getting better about actually finishing projects. As I've said, this year is the year that I am going to become the person who starts something and finishes it. And just because I get bored doesn't mean I'm just not gonna finish it. I've got a Star Trek quilt in the background. I still have to iron for that. But we are finishing projects this year. Those are all the things in the lineup. Crazy quilt, crochet afghan with backing, baby blanket, Star Trek quilt. Sew along for those aprons. They're not gonna be done today. They might not even be done this month. I'm going to try and actually do one this month because I do think that is very possible. Altering that There's a lot, and I actually surprise myself with how much I get done. Well, if you're scatterbrained like me and you like to follow along with a multitude of different things, you get bored focusing on one thing at a time, maybe consider subscribing. I would love to foster conversation. So do you have anything that you are currently working on that it's been taking way too long to work on? What do you think about the process of at least doing a little bit each day, or a little bit when you can, even if it's not a lot and it feels kind of soul crushing because it doesn't feel like it's getting done, but you are, by doing a little bit, you are. I'd love to hear about it down below. Or if you have inherited things like a lot of fabric like I did, does it seem daunting to go through it? Are you excited to pick through it? Is this making you want to go look through it again if it's been a while after seeing me look through mine? I'd love to hear it down below. I love all things yarn and fabric. But just to close this out, I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. Bye.